Ladies and gentlemen, imagine for a moment your life exactly as you want it. Energy, focus, clarity, and unstoppable momentum. Feels good, doesn't it? Now, I'm going to tell you something that may sound simple, but it is the kind of simplicity that changes everything. For the next 30 days, I want you to do one specific thing every single day. Just one habit, one action, one commitment. And if you follow through, your life won't just improve, it will transform. Most people wait for the perfect time to change. They wait for the new year, the new month, or a random stroke of luck. But let me tell you something. Life doesn't wait. Opportunities don't wait. The power to change your life is in your hands right now. And it starts with consistent action. So what is this I want you to commit to for 30 days? It's taking control of your morning. Every single morning for 30 days, commit to starting your day with purpose. Here's how. Move your body. 10 to 20 minutes of exercise, stretching, or even just a brisk walk. Feel your energy surge. Focus your mind. Take 5 minutes to visualize your goals, write in a journal, or practice gratitude. Feed your mind with positivity before the world bombards it with distractions. Set a daily intention. Declare what you will achieve today, not tomorrow, today. Make it clear, make it measurable, make it non-negotiable. For 30 days, you will experience a shift. You will notice that your energy skyrockets, your focus sharpens, your confidence grows, and doors begin to open that you didn't even know existed. But here's the key. It's not about motivation. It's about momentum. Motivation comes and goes. It's unreliable. But momentum compounds. Each day you follow through, you create a foundation. By day 30, that foundation will feel unshakable. You won't just feel different. You will be different. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but I don't have time. I'm too tired. Life is too busy. Let me ask you something. How much longer can you afford not to change? Every day you wait, every day you procrastinate is a day your future self loses. But for 30 days, if you say yes, if you commit, you are telling the universe, I'm ready. I deserve more. I will not settle. And after 30 days, you won't just go back to your old self. No, you'll have built a new pattern, a new mindset, a new way of living that propels you towards success, happiness, and fulfillment. So today, I challenge you. Pick your morning ritual, commit to it, and own it. Every day for the next 30 days, refuse to compromise. When you wake up, move. When you wake up, focus. When you wake up, declare your intention and take action. Do it consistently, relentlessly, and with passion. Your life is waiting for you on the other side of this 30-day commitment. It's not about chance. It's about choice. And today, you have the choice to transform. Will you take it? Will you do this for 30 days and step into a life beyond what you ever imagined? The power is in your hands, and your future self will thank you for it. Committing to one powerful habit for 30 days is the single most effective way to transform your life. Most people try to change everything at once, thinking that bigger goals equal bigger results. But the truth is that the most significant transformations come from consistent, focused action on one key area. By choosing just one habit, one action, or one ritual and committing to it for 30 days, you create a foundation that compounds over time. And that is how true, lasting change occurs. Change doesn't happen in a moment. It happens in moments stacked on top of each other, repeated consistently, day after day. When you focus your energy on a single habit, it allows you to channel your willpower, your discipline, and your determination into something tangible, something measurable, something that begins to shape your identity and your reality. Think about this for a moment. Every day, you are making hundreds, if not thousands, of choices. Some of these choices move you closer to your dreams, and others hold you back. Most people do not realize how much their life is a reflection of their daily habits. If you want to change your results, the most direct path is to change your habits. But the key is to start small, to start focused, and to commit fully. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in one day. All you need to do is pick one habit, one action, one behavior that will move you toward the life you want, and do it consistently for 30 days. The reason 30 days is so powerful is that it is long enough to create a rhythm, to rewire your brain, and to establish a pattern that begins to feel natural. Neuroscience shows that our brains are incredibly adaptable, but they require repetition and consistency to create new neural pathways. When you repeat a positive action every day for a month, your brain starts to associate that action with identity. You no longer see it as something you should do or might do. You start to see it as something you are. And identity is the ultimate driver of behavior. When you become the type of person who acts in alignment with your goals, When that behavior becomes part of who you are, change becomes inevitable. Choosing the right habit is critical. It should be something that is actionable, measurable, and meaningful. For some, it might be waking up early to exercise or meditate. For others, it might be dedicating time to learning a new skill, journaling daily, or practicing gratitude. Whatever it is, it must be something that aligns with the life you want to create. This is not about doing something because it sounds good or because someone else tells you to. It's about choosing an action that has the power to move the needle in your life, to create momentum, and to reinforce the person you want to become. Commitment is where most people fail. They start with enthusiasm, they try something new, but when the first obstacle appears, they give up. True transformation requires unwavering commitment. It requires showing up even when you don't feel like it, even when life gets messy, even when excuses try to creep in. The beauty of a 30-day commitment is that it is a manageable window. It is short enough that you can see it through with focus, but long enough to create real, lasting impact. Every time you follow through, you reinforce the belief that you can do hard things, that you can push past discomfort, and that you are capable of creating the results you desire. Momentum begins the moment you start. The first day, it might feel awkward. The second day, it might feel challenging. By the third or fourth day, you start noticing small shifts, small victories that fuel your determination. Each day you follow through, you build confidence, and each victory compounds. Soon the habit stops being something you struggle to do, and it becomes part of your routine, part of your identity, part of your life. And the results begin to appear, not always immediately, but in ways that are undeniable. Energy increases, clarity improves, focus sharpens, and doors start to open that you didn't even know existed. One of the most important aspects of this process is self-awareness. As you commit to one habit, pay attention to how it affects your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Notice the shifts in your mindset. Notice the difference in how you respond to challenges. Notice the ripple effect it has on other areas of your life. One powerful habit often triggers a chain reaction, inspiring you to make additional positive changes, to take more aligned actions, and to elevate every area of your life. When you commit fully, your environment begins to shift. Your relationships begin to improve, and your opportunities begin to expand. Consistency is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is the secret ingredient that separates those who dream from those who achieve. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be motivated every single day. You just need to show up, take the action, and do it again tomorrow. Repetition creates mastery, and mastery creates freedom. Each day you honor your commitment, you are sending a message to yourself that you are serious about your growth, that you value your time and your potential, and that you refuse to settle for mediocrity. Remember, transformation is not about luck, talent, or external circumstances. It is about deliberate action repeated consistently over time. By committing to one powerful habit for 30 days, you are taking control of your life. You are stepping into the driver's seat. You are proving to yourself that you can take responsibility for your results and that you can create the life you desire. This is not a temporary change. It is the foundation for long-term success, happiness, and fulfillment. The key is to eliminate excuses, to remove distractions, and to make your commitment non-negotiable. Tell yourself, for the next 30 days, I will do this no matter what. Write it down. Make it public if necessary. Hold yourself accountable. The more you reinforce your commitment, the more likely it is that the habit will stick, and the more likely it is that your life will begin to transform in ways you never imagined. Every great achievement in history, every story of success, every life-changing moment begins with a single decision, a single habit, a single commitment. By dedicating yourself to one powerful habit for 30 days, you are joining the ranks of those who take control of their destiny, those who refuse to wait for circumstances to improve, those who understand that their life is a direct result of their daily choices, and those who are willing to invest in themselves to create extraordinary results. Taking control of your morning is the single most powerful way to dictate the quality of your day, your week, and ultimately your life. Most people drift through their mornings, hitting snooze, scrolling on their phones, rushing to get ready, and reacting to whatever comes their way. They allow external circumstances to control their energy, their focus, and their mindset. But the truth is, the first hour of your day sets the tone for everything that follows. The way you start determines how productive, motivated, and fulfilled you feel. When you take control of your morning, you are no longer a passive participant in your life. You are the architect, the designer, and the driver of your experience. Imagine waking up every day with clarity and purpose. Imagine starting your morning with rituals that prime your mind, your body, and your spirit for success. When you control your morning, You control the narrative of your day. You decide your emotional state, your energy levels, and your focus before the world even has a chance to impose stress, distractions, or negative influences. By dedicating time to yourself, even just 30 minutes, you create an unshakable foundation that carries you through challenges, distractions, and unexpected events with confidence and resilience. The first step to taking control of your morning is movement. Your body is the engine that drives your mind, and when you activate your body, you activate your energy. Exercise, stretching, yoga, or even a brisk walk triggers endorphins, improves blood flow, and wakes up every cell in your body. It sends a powerful signal to your brain that today is a day of action, a day of purpose, a day where you refuse to settle for mediocrity. Movement is not just about fitness. It's about preparing your body and mind for the demands of life. And when you start your morning with physical activity, you immediately elevate your mood, sharpen your focus, and increase your confidence. Next, focus your mind. Most people wake up and immediately allow their minds to be hijacked by emails, notifications, and problems they haven't solved yet. But when you dedicate even 5 to 10 minutes to mindfulness, visualization, or journaling, you take back control. Visualization allows you to imagine the life you desire, to feel it, and to internalize it as achievable. Gratitude journaling shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, reminding your mind of the blessings, opportunities, and progress that already exist in your life. This mental preparation is crucial because your thoughts drive your emotions, and your emotions drive your actions. By starting your day with intention, you are programming your mind to seek opportunities, to take decisive action, and to maintain a high level of performance throughout the day. Setting a daily intention is the third essential pillar of controlling your morning. Your intention is not just a vague wish or hope. It is a clear declaration of what you will achieve, who you will be, and how you will act. When you define your intention, you create a compass for your decisions and actions. Instead of reacting to life, you respond with purpose. Instead of drifting through the day, you navigate with direction. Every choice, every action, every conversation becomes aligned with your intention, and the cumulative effect is unstoppable momentum. By declaring your intention each morning, you are taking ownership of your time, your energy, and your results, and you are creating a blueprint for success that is uniquely yours. Consistency in morning routines is where the true power lies. One day of taking control of your morning may feel extraordinary, but it is the repetition over weeks and months that creates lasting transformation. Each day you wake up and follow your ritual, you reinforce new neural pathways in your brain, solidifying habits that shape your identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who takes responsibility, who prioritizes growth, and who refuses to be a victim of circumstance. Your morning routine becomes a declaration of who you are and who you are becoming, and this identity carries into every area of your life. Your relationships, your work, your health, and your personal fulfillment. Taking control of your morning also provides a sense of emotional resilience. Life is unpredictable. Challenges arise, people disappoint, and circumstances shift. When you start your day grounded, energized, and focused, you are better equipped to handle adversity without losing your composure or your clarity. You respond rather than react. You act with purpose rather than panic. Your morning routine becomes a source of inner strength, a sanctuary where you reconnect with your values, your goals, and your vision before the noise of the world intrudes. Another powerful effect of controlling your morning is the compounding impact on productivity. By dedicating the first hour of your day to your priorities, you set the trajectory for how the rest of your time is used. Tasks become clearer, distractions fade, and decision-making becomes sharper. You gain the ability to approach challenges strategically rather than emotionally. You accomplish more in less time because your energy is aligned with your intentions. Over 30 days, this compounding productivity creates visible results, projects completed, goals advanced, and progress that feels tangible and empowering. Many people underestimate the influence of mornings because they see it as small or insignificant. But small actions, repeated consistently, create massive results. Your morning is not just the start of your day, it is the foundation of your life. It is the time when you can shape your mindset, your habits, and your destiny without interference. By controlling this crucial period, you take control of the ripple effect that flows into every hour, every day, every decision you make. Discipline is the glue that holds this process together. It is easy to fall back into old patterns, to skip a day, or to delay your commitment. But discipline is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Each day you honor your morning routine, you strengthen your willpower and build self-trust. You prove to yourself that you can be counted on, that your word matters, and that you are capable of creating extraordinary results. With each repetition, you reinforce the belief that you are someone who takes charge, someone who prioritizes growth, and someone who refuses to settle for anything less than your potential. The transformation that comes from taking control of your morning is not just external. It is deeply internal. You begin to think differently, feel differently, and act differently. Your identity shifts from being reactive to being proactive. You stop waiting for motivation, luck, or external validation, and you start creating your own momentum, your own energy, and your own success. This internal shift radiates outward, influencing every interaction, every decision, and every opportunity that comes into your life. When you commit to controlling your morning for 30 days, you are making a profound statement that you are ready to take responsibility for your life, that you are willing to invest in yourself, and that you refuse to let circumstances dictate your results. You are choosing growth over comfort, action over procrastination, and mastery over mediocrity. This choice, repeated daily, builds momentum that carries you toward your goals faster, more effectively, and with greater confidence than you ever imagined. Moving your body, focusing your mind, and setting daily intentions are the three pillars of personal transformation. And when combined, they create a powerful system for success that cannot be ignored. Most people underestimate the profound effect that these simple actions have on their energy, mindset, and results. Your body, your mind, and your intentions are not separate. They are intertwined, and the state of one directly influences the others. When you commit to activating your body, sharpening your mind, and clarifying your intentions every single day, you create a synergy that propels you forward in ways that are unstoppable. Let's start with the body. Your body is your instrument, your vessel, and your most immediate source of energy. When your body is sluggish, tired, or unfit, your mind struggles to focus, your emotions become unsteady, and your actions lack power. Movement is not optional, it is essential. Exercise, stretching, or even simple physical activity stimulates blood flow, releases endorphins, and primes your nervous system for action. Your body responds immediately to movement, sending signals to your brain that alertness, vitality, and readiness are required. This is why the most successful people in the world prioritize their physical energy. They understand that high performance requires a high-functioning body, and without it, even the best ideas, intentions, or plans fall flat. When you move your body every day, you are literally fueling your mind and preparing yourself for peak performance in every area of life. But movement alone is not enough. Your mind is where strategy, creativity, and focus reside. And if your mind is cluttered, stressed, or unfocused, your actions lose their impact. Focusing your mind each day is the key to clarity and control. This is why practices such as meditation, visualization, and journaling are so effective. They allow you to step away from the chaos of life and reconnect with your priorities, your goals, and your vision. Visualization is particularly powerful because your brain cannot distinguish vividly imagined experiences from reality. When you visualize achieving your goals, overcoming obstacles, and living your ideal life, your brain begins to create the neural pathways required to make those visions reality. Your mind becomes aligned with your purpose, your decisions become clearer, and your confidence grows because you have mentally rehearsed success before taking action. Journaling and reflection are also critical for focusing your mind. Writing down your thoughts, emotions, and priorities provides clarity that thinking alone cannot deliver. It allows you to identify patterns, track progress, and release mental clutter that might otherwise weigh you down. Gratitude journaling shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, reminding you of the resources, opportunities, and blessings that are already present in your life. When your mind is clear and focused, your actions become intentional, your energy becomes concentrated, and your ability to influence your results increases exponentially. The third pillar, setting daily intentions, is what connects your body and mind to meaningful action. Your intentions serve as a compass for your day. They guide your choices, influence your interactions, and determine where your energy is invested. Without clear intentions, you drift through life reacting to external circumstances, but when you set an intention, each day you take ownership of your time, energy, and results. Intentions transform ordinary actions into purposeful behavior, and over time they shape the trajectory of your life. A single day with intention is powerful, but 30 consecutive days of intentional living creates momentum that cannot be stopped. When you combine these three pillars, movement, focus, and intention, you create a daily routine that transforms every part of your being. The synergy between physical activation, mental clarity, and purposeful action produces results that are greater than the sum of their parts. Your energy increases, your focus sharpens, your confidence grows, and your actions become more effective. This is why the most successful people in history across every field rely on morning rituals or daily practices that integrate these three components. They understand that transformation is not about a single act or a lucky break. It is about consistent daily alignment of body, mind, and purpose. Consistency is the engine that drives these pillars. One day of movement, focus, and intention may feel good, but it is the repetition that creates lasting change. Every day you show up, you strengthen neural pathways, reinforce discipline, and build confidence in your ability to follow through. Every day you honor your commitment, you are teaching yourself that you are capable of achieving more than you believed possible. Over time, these actions become habits, and habits become part of your identity. You stop thinking of yourself as someone who tries to improve, and you start seeing yourself as someone who consistently takes control of their life and their results. The ripple effect of these daily practices cannot be overstated. When your body, mind, and intentions are aligned, your energy levels increase and you naturally inspire those around you. Your productivity multiplies because your focus is sharper, your decisions are clearer, and your actions are more effective. Your emotional resilience improves because you are grounded in your rituals and anchored to your priorities. Even your relationships benefit because the energy and clarity you cultivate in yourself radiate outward, influencing how you interact, communicate, and lead. Discipline is what ensures that this system works day after day. There will be mornings when you feel tired, distracted, or unmotivated. There will be challenges, interruptions, and excuses that try to derail your routine. But discipline allows you to rise above these obstacles, to honor your commitment, and to show up even when it is difficult. Each day you follow through reinforces your self-trust and strengthens your identity as someone who takes consistent action toward their goals. Discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement, and it is cultivated through repeated practice of moving your body, focusing your mind, and setting daily intentions. The power of this three-pillar system is not just in its immediate effects, but in the compounding impact over time. 30 days of consistent practice is enough to create visible shifts in energy, mindset, and productivity. 60 days creates momentum that propels you forward with confidence and clarity. 90 days transforms your identity, reinforcing the belief that you are someone who can achieve extraordinary results. Each repetition builds upon the previous one, and before long, the person you were at the start is no longer the person you are becoming. Taking control of your daily rituals by integrating movement, focus, and intention is not just about temporary improvement. It is about creating a new standard for how you live. It is about rejecting mediocrity, refusing to settle, and committing to excellence in every aspect of your life. It is about showing up for yourself consistently, building momentum, and leveraging the compounding effects of small, focused actions. When you honor this system, you are not just changing your days, you are changing your life, reshaping your identity, and unlocking your potential to levels you may not have imagined. Building momentum through consistency, not motivation, is the secret that separates those who dream from those who achieve. Most people wait for motivation to strike before taking action, thinking that feeling inspired is a prerequisite for change. They wait for the perfect mood, the perfect circumstances, or the perfect moment, and while they wait, life passes them by. But motivation is fleeting, unreliable, and often unpredictable. True transformation does not come from waiting to feel motivated. It comes from taking consistent, deliberate action day after day. Regardless of how you feel, momentum is born from commitment, from showing up, and from doing what needs to be done even when it feels uncomfortable. The problem with relying on motivation is that it is external. Motivation depends on circumstances, on events, or on temporary emotional highs. One day you feel energized and ready to conquer the world, and the next day you feel drained and uninspired. If your results depend on how you feel in a given moment, you will always be at the mercy of your emotions, and your life will fluctuate with highs and lows. Momentum, on the other hand, is internal. It is cultivated through disciplined, repeated action. Momentum does not ask how you feel. It only requires that you act, that you show up, and that you honor your commitment. When you focus on consistency, you create a force that propels you forward automatically, making it easier to take the next step, the next action, and the next challenge with increasing energy and effectiveness. Consistency is powerful because it builds trust with yourself. Every time you follow through, you reinforce the belief that you are someone who can achieve what they set out to do. Self-trust is the foundation of all confidence. If you cannot trust yourself to do what you say you will do, your dreams will always remain out of reach. By acting consistently, you build credibility with the most important person in your life. Each action, no matter how small, is a deposit into the bank of your self-confidence, and over time, these deposits accumulate into an unshakable sense of capability and competence. Momentum compounds over time. One small action leads to another. One day of showing up leads to a week, then a month, and then a year. Each consecutive day of action builds upon the previous day, creating a trajectory that accelerates over time. This is why small, consistent efforts are more powerful than occasional bursts of intense activity. The person who wakes up every morning, takes deliberate action, and follows through on their commitments, no matter how small, will outperform someone who waits for inspiration or relies on occasional effort. Success is not about doing everything perfectly, it is about doing the right things consistently. The process of building momentum requires focus and clarity. You cannot create unstoppable momentum by scattering your energy across too many goals or tasks. You must identify the actions that have the highest impact on your life and commit to doing them consistently. Focus allows you to direct your energy toward what truly matters and prevents you from being derailed by distractions, busyness, or trivial concerns. Each focused action becomes a stepping stone, and as you accumulate these actions, momentum naturally builds. Once momentum is in motion, it becomes a powerful force that carries you forward with less effort, making success not just possible, but inevitable. Action, not intention, creates momentum. Many people spend hours planning, analyzing, or thinking about what they should do, but without action, plans remain ideas and dreams remain fantasies. Momentum begins the moment you decide to act. The first action may feel small or insignificant, but it is the catalyst that sets everything in motion. Once you take the first step, each subsequent action becomes easier because momentum has begun to work in your favor. Just like a snowball rolling down a hill, momentum grows exponentially. The more you act consistently, the more results you produce, and the more energy and confidence you gain to continue forward. Another critical aspect of momentum is resilience. Momentum allows you to withstand setbacks, failures, and obstacles without losing your trajectory. When you rely on motivation alone, a single challenge can derail your efforts because you are dependent on feelings to propel you. Momentum, however, is reinforced by habit, routine, and consistent action. Even when circumstances are difficult or emotions fluctuate, your momentum carries you forward. This resilience creates a sense of inevitability. You are no longer questioning whether you can achieve your goals. You know that as long as you maintain consistent action, results will follow. The beauty of momentum is that it creates a self-reinforcing cycle. Each success, no matter how small, fuels the next action. Each day of consistency strengthens your identity as someone who follows through, someone who is capable, and someone who achieves results. Momentum turns effort into progress, and progress into growth. It transforms ordinary individuals into extraordinary performers because the force of repeated action compounds faster than any talent, opportunity, or external factor. The person who harnesses momentum becomes unstoppable because their energy, focus, and results reinforce each other in a continuous upward spiral. Discipline is the bridge between action and momentum. Discipline ensures that you continue taking consistent action, even when motivation wanes, even when life gets difficult, and even when distractions or excuses arise. Discipline allows you to maintain focus, execute your plan, and honor your commitments. Every day that you act despite resistance, you strengthen your self-discipline, which in turn strengthens your momentum. Over time, this discipline becomes a core part of your identity. You no longer rely on luck, motivation, or external circumstances because you have cultivated the internal force of momentum, and this force carries you toward your goals with unstoppable energy. The compounding effects of momentum are undeniable. Small actions repeated daily lead to significant outcomes. The person who takes 30 minutes a day to improve themselves, their skills, or their mindset will, in a year, have invested hundreds of hours into personal growth, positioning themselves far ahead of those who wait for the right mood, the right timing, or the right motivation. Momentum transforms potential into results, ideas into achievements, and effort into extraordinary impact. Every moment you commit to consistent action strengthens this force, and before long you will find yourself moving faster, achieving more, and reaching levels of success that once seemed impossible. Ultimately, building momentum through consistency is not just a strategy, it is a philosophy. It is the understanding that your life is a result of your daily choices, your repeated actions, and your willingness to act regardless of how you feel. Momentum allows you to harness the power of compounding, turn small actions into massive results, and create a life of purpose, fulfillment, and achievement. When you stop relying on motivation and start building momentum through consistency, you unlock a force that carries you toward your goals faster, with more confidence, and with greater certainty than anything else. Transforming your mindset and actions to unlock unstoppable growth is the ultimate goal of personal development. And it begins with the conscious decision to change how you think, how you respond, and how you act every single day. Most people go through life on autopilot, allowing circumstances, opinions, and habits to dictate their results. They react instead of respond, settle instead of striving, and drift instead of deliberately creating their future. True transformation requires a complete shift in both mindset and behavior. It is not enough to desire success, wealth, or fulfillment. You must embody the thoughts, beliefs, and actions that align with the life you want to create. Your mindset is the foundation of your reality. Every action you take, every decision you make, and every result you achieve is filtered through your beliefs and your perspective. If you see yourself as limited, incapable, or unworthy, your actions will reflect that, and your results will mirror your limitations. Conversely, when you adopt a mindset of growth, possibility, and abundance, your actions naturally align with that perspective, and your results begin to reflect the potential you see within yourself. Transforming your mindset requires awareness of your current beliefs, a willingness to challenge them, and the deliberate adoption of empowering thoughts that support your goals and your vision. Growth begins with the understanding that every experience, whether positive or negative, contains a lesson and an opportunity. When you view challenges as obstacles, you become frustrated, discouraged, and stuck. But when you see them as opportunities for learning, adaptation, and improvement, you cultivate resilience, creativity, and resourcefulness. This shift in perspective allows you to extract value from every situation, to turn setbacks into stepping stones, and to maintain momentum even when life becomes difficult. A growth-oriented mindset is the difference between someone who complains about circumstances and someone who leverages them to achieve extraordinary results. Action is the catalyst that turns mindset into reality. Thinking positively or visualizing success is not enough if it is not paired with deliberate, consistent action. Your mindset sets the direction, but your actions create movement. Every small step you take compounds over time, producing results that exceed expectations. Action builds confidence because it provides evidence of your ability to execute and achieve. Each time you act in alignment with your goals, you reinforce your identity as someone capable of growth, someone willing to step outside their comfort zone, and someone committed to creating extraordinary results. Discipline is the bridge between mindset and action. Transformation does not happen overnight, and it does not happen without effort. Discipline ensures that you continue acting in alignment with your vision, even when motivation wanes or challenges arise. By committing to disciplined action, you create momentum, reinforce positive habits, and solidify your identity as someone who achieves results. Discipline is not punishment, it is empowerment. It allows you to harness your potential, direct your energy, and move purposefully toward your goals with unwavering focus. Another essential component of unlocking unstoppable growth is self-awareness. Understanding your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors allows you to identify patterns that support or hinder your progress. When you observe yourself objectively, you can make conscious choices to shift unhelpful patterns, reinforce empowering behaviors, and maintain alignment with your vision. Self-awareness is the key to mastery because you cannot change what you do not acknowledge. By consistently reflecting on your actions and mindset, you create a feedback loop that drives continuous improvement and accelerates your personal transformation. Accountability amplifies growth. Sharing your goals, progress, and commitments with others creates external support that strengthens internal resolve. When you know someone is observing, mentoring, or supporting you, you are more likely to follow through on your commitments. Accountability transforms intentions into results because it creates a system of responsibility that reinforces your dedication to growth. Surrounding yourself with individuals who inspire, challenge, and support you elevates your standards, encourages excellence, and accelerates the pace of transformation. Visualization and affirmation are tools that align your subconscious mind with your goals. When you consistently visualize success, rehearse positive outcomes, and affirm empowering beliefs, you are programming your mind to act in ways that support your vision. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between imagined success and real experience. By repeatedly exposing it to images, thoughts, and emotions associated with achievement, you increase your likelihood of taking the actions necessary to make that vision real. This is not magic. It is neuroscience in action. Your brain creates pathways that make success easier, more natural, and more inevitable. Risk-taking and stepping outside your comfort zone are integral to unlocking growth. Transformation does not occur in the familiar, comfortable, or predictable. Growth requires bold action, calculated risk, and the willingness to face fear and uncertainty. Every time you push past comfort, you expand your capacity, strengthen your resilience, and increase your confidence. Risk becomes less about danger and more about opportunity. The opportunity to learn, evolve, and achieve extraordinary results. Those who embrace discomfort as a vehicle for growth create lives that are larger, richer, and more impactful than those who avoid challenge. Focus is another critical driver of transformation. Dispersed energy produces scattered results. When you direct your focus intentionally on high-value activities, meaningful relationships, and aligned actions, your efforts compound and your results multiply. Focus ensures that your actions are deliberate, your energy is optimized, and your momentum continues to build. A focused individual is unstoppable because their mind, emotions, and actions are all aligned with their purpose. And this alignment creates a force that drives success with precision and power. The combination of mindset, action, discipline, self-awareness, accountability, visualization, risk-taking, and focus creates a framework for unstoppable growth. Each component reinforces the others, creating a feedback loop that propels you forward continuously. As your mindset evolves, your actions become more aligned. As your actions become more consistent, your habits solidify. As your habits solidify, your identity transforms. This transformation is not superficial. It penetrates every aspect of your life, from your career to your relationships, from your health to your personal fulfillment. You become a person capable of extraordinary results because your mind, body, and actions are operating in harmony, driven by purpose and guided by clarity. Ultimately, unlocking unstoppable growth is about taking full responsibility for your life. It is about refusing to blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for your current situation. It is about understanding that your results are a reflection of your mindset, your habits, and your actions. When you commit to transforming these elements consistently, deliberately, and intentionally, you create a life of extraordinary possibility. You stop waiting for opportunity and start creating it. You stop hoping for change and start engineering it. You stop settling for less and start achieving more, unlocking a level of success, fulfillment, and contribution that is not just possible, but inevitable.